Hey YouTube, Gibbon Boy here, and welcome to another Batman lore video. And today, since we're playing Arkham Origins, and the skin we're using in Arkham Origins, we're going to be free roaming, and the skin we're talking about, and the book we're talking about, the novel, is Batman Noel. Now this is a pretty cool suit, although the novel was... It was different, but it was interesting, but it's not great. That's all I'll say for now. So yeah, as you can see, we're free roaming in yet again a snowy Gotham City. So, yeah, and yeah. Once I adjust the camera right and stop raging over it, we'll get this on. Freaking titties! Sorry. Nope. A little more this way. Perfect! Kind of. Alright. There we go. So, Batman Noel is pretty much based on Christmas Eve, and it's based off, it's like a, you know, insane, more crazy version of A Christmas Carol. It's based off the Christmas Carol, but it's the Christmas Carol with Batman, and Batman is sort of reflecting the Scrooge character, Ebenezer Scrooge. Of course, Scrooge hates Christmas, but I wouldn't say Batman exactly hates Christmas, but, you know. And so Batman, this is based after the death of Jason Todd, after Jason Todd was killed by the Joker. And Batman has changed his costume. He had like a weird Silver Age type costume. He was a happy dude because he had Jason Todd and stuff. And so this is after Todd's death, and since Jason Todd has died and he's got a little more darker than usual, so as you can see he's changed his costume, which I'm glad of. I wouldn't like to keep the blue costume. I like the blue costume, but I like this cool one better. But he changed it to this really cool costume. It really looks awesome. I like it. I'm a big fan of the costume. I plays it all the time. It's not your ordinary batsuit, but it is pretty cool. So he's changed his blue costume to this gothic costume. And he's a little more brooding than usual. So, it's Christmas Eve, and Batman is tracking down the Joker, and Bob Cratchit is sort of, I believe he's fetching money for Joker, or paying Joker money. Who's stupid enough to do that? Who would do that? Big question right there. And Batman hunts him down, tracks Bob Cratchit, and spooks him, I guess, and doesn't really spook him, but he calls him scum, or evil, but Batman, yeah, he calls him a criminal, and he doesn't really care what happens to Bob Cratchit. So, yay. This is what I don't like about it. Batman doesn't care what happens to this dude. What? Okay, I've said what enough, but what? Batman cares about all innocent citizens. Yeah, this guy is paying money for the Joker, but only because the Joker might kill him if he doesn't. So, and it's way out of character for Batman. Batman, I don't know why they would interpret him as as Ebenezer Scrooge, because he's nothing like Scrooge. Yeah, he's like brooding and moody, but doesn't mean he's Scrooge. He it's just out of character to Batman. It's inaccurate. And it's inaccurate to Batman's character, and that's why I'm not really a big fan of this. When you put out of character to superheroes that I'm fans of, oh, I get really irritated. But so he doesn't care what happens to Bob Cratchit, and later in the book we get the ghost sighting, but it's Jason Todd, and he sort of he doesn't really have a big conversation and talk about himself or whatever. He just like sort of appears and disappears. So Batman's sick in this book, so he's probably hallucinating. That's my guess. And alright, good. Batman. Thank you. My voice was a little high there, and since I coughed, it's gotten back to its its normal form of awesome. Yes, my voice is so attractive. That's why chicks dig me at school. Anyways, so Batman gets a little spooked by Jason Todd appearing and just disappearing, which is kind of weird. And then we also get to see Catwoman, who is the Ghost of Christmas Past, which, it gives me a headache. Why would they put her as the Ghost of Christmas Past? She's like the opposite of that. She's like the sexiest person in the DC universe. The Ghost of Christmas Past is nothing like that. Do you think the Ghost of Christmas Past is sexy? No, Catwoman is sexy. And that's why it totally screws the book up. Next to, Wonder Woman, Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, all of them. Anyways, so she's the Ghost of Christmas Past, and she's not even really talking about his past. Well, kind of. Technically she is, but she's kind of just like messing around with Batman and flirting with him, of course. Why not? But they're probably one of my favorite DC couples, but not in the New 52, of course not. Gotta ruin everything. Although I am kind of digging Superman and Wonder Woman. A lot of people don't like that, but why not? I gave it a shot, and I'm kind of liking it. I'm very excited for the next issue. I keep going off topic, but I don't care. Oh, bell tower, that scared me. So then we get another ghost who, he says he can hear Batman coughing because Batman's sick. And the second ghost says he can hear Batman coughing all the way from Metropolis, and so you know who it is. It's, Captain Marvel. Wait, no. Sorry. It's Superman, and Superman, is sort of the ghost of, it's the ghost of Christmas present, right? Yeah, whatever. It's a ghost of ghostliness. That's ghostly. And, I didn't throw a batarang. Stop throwing them. He lifts Batman in the air and shows him around the city and blah, blah, blah. And, of course, you can't have Superman lift up Batman without Batman saying, I don't like when you pick me up. I don't like when you pick me up. That's how Bill would say it. But, stop putting the justification on. So, Batman says he hates being picked up and blah, blah, blah. So, and then, kind of the ghost of Christmas future is, the, Joker, but Batman, this one isn't really kind of a hallucination or whatever, ghost sighting. This is actually happening in real life, for Batman, and Batman gets dragged away by Joker and buried alive, and Joker writes something on his tombstone, but I don't really remember what it was. Or said everyone hated him or something. Yeah, something that they would say on Scrooge's tombstone, because everyone hated Scrooge. Why not? Why wouldn't they? He's a dick. Didn't I already fight you punks, I'm fighting you again. I'm gonna break your leg. Or arm, whatever. Man, I got some weird cough coming. My voice is starting to go. So... what was I gonna say? And then, so yeah, Batman gets buried alive, and Joker goes to pay a visit to Bob Cratchit, who's with his kid and family and stuff. And then everyone's so like scared, freaking out that Joker's there, and most likely he's gonna kill Bob Cratchit. And then, of course, who is there to stop him? Batman. So Batman goes there, stops the Joker, and Joker drops a gun, I believe, and Batman gives Bob Cratchit a choice, which I don't think he would really give him a choice to kill him. So he gives Bob Cratchit a choice. You can kill the Joker, and freak the freaking titties out of your kid, and, or you can just walk away. And I would walk away, obviously. But, well, maybe I would kill the Joker, but if I did, I know that the Joker would haunt me forever. So that's why people probably won't kill the Joker, because he knows that he'll still be buried in their minds. So he spares the Joker, and Batman brings him to Arkham, or jail, whatever. And that's the end. The end. Alright, that's going to do it for this video. No, I'm kidding. I'm going to free roam some more and beat up some punks and talk about my thoughts on the skin and book. So first, the book. It's like Throw Killer, like I said with my Throw Killer lore. It was different, but it was still out of character for Batman because he is the complete opposite of Scrooge. Batman is a loving father and a lovemaker to woman, obviously. So, why make him the Scrooge character? That's what I don't like. And I don't like how Catwoman is the ghost of Christmas Past. I don't understand why Batman would actually give Bob Cratchit a choice to kill the Joker or spare him. That doesn't make any sense. If Batman has a code of honor, a moral code, why? He would never do that. At least I don't think he would. I'm a comic book and Batman expert, so I'm pretty sure Batman would not do that, but okay. So my thoughts on the book, I would give it, since I don't have the book with me, of course, this is not a comic review. It's a review and lore, but, I would give it a 5 out of 10. Cause, even maybe a 4.5, 4.5. 4.5 out of 10, because it's just, it doesn't work. It's just a warped Christmas Carol story. But now, my thoughts on the skin. I love the skin. The skin looks really cool. It kind of looks like its own suit. It looks like its own Batman suit. It looks like, kind of like a, I don't know how to describe it, but you can see it here, and it looks really freaking awesome. I like the cape is different and stuff. I like his bat symbol, that's really cool. Except he doesn't have the yellow belt. Why? I love the yellow belt. That's one thing that makes me sad about Earth 1 Batman, even though he's one of my favorites. That's what makes me sad. He doesn't have the yellow belt. I don't know why, but I love the yellow belt. The yellow belt's awesome. I was gonna break your leg, but okay. I'll just punch you instead. Ooh! That would hurt.
Let's get it.
So yeah, 4.5 out of 10. Because it's just a weird book, but the skin, for a cool skin to just play as and, you know, look cool, and be all Batman and brooding like, I would give it a probably an 8 out of 10. It looks pretty cool. It's not 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 would be animated series, Keaton Batsuit, The Dark Knight, and Batman Incorporated. New Adventures, 8 out of... The New Adventures of Batman, The New Adventures of Batman the Animated Series, I would give that an 8. Because it's not as good as the normal animated series, but it still looks really cool. But, yeah, this 8 out of 10. Because it's really cool, and I think it deserves that rating. Because the book probably doesn't get a lot of love. No, you can't change my mind, so I'm gonna smack you in the face with a batarang! What? Alright, I'm not gonna try to talk like that again, because I sound retarded, and my voice hurts. So I'm gonna pummel some more guys and end the video. I will, clam up. Oh! Sure, I'll join your game after the video. So probably not. But, I am gonna clam up so you can hear the game. There's nothing really to hear, but you might like to hear limbs getting snapped in half and stuff.
You can't take us all.
I don't know, but sometimes it's fun to do quiet gameplay, so, you know. Go pummel this last guy, and then that'll be it. Nighty-night! Oh, what the... Okay, do that. Alright! That's gonna do it for this lore episode. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something about Batman. And some quiet gameplay, because you need that once in a while. So I hope you enjoyed, and Gaming Boy out. Bye-bye.